What up, gamers? It's me, Majority, and I'm here today to talk to you about the one reason I hold on to my Nintendo Wii U that I bought after the thing was a dead console. And it's not what you might think. It's Wii games. I only hold on to it because it's an upscaled way to play games for the Wii in HD. If you had a standard Wii, I think you need an adapter to use HDMI. So I've never given a shit about any of the Wii U library. I was only interested or curious in one title, really, and it severely disappointed me, which I could make a separate video on that, but the Wii is a little different. I really like a couple titles for the Wii, and I have 6 here with me, another one here, that I still get enjoyment out of, and I'm going to talk about each, my history with each, and why they're fun. Fortune Street died on the Wii, sadly. This also was on the DS, but I think it was Japan only. It was called Itadaki Street, and it is a Mario and Dragon Quest crossover, which is basically Monopoly and with stocks. And I think that's a really novel concept. It's a little complicated at first. No mini games, but you just get straight to business. If you like the tycoon aspect of Monopoly and you like Mario and Dragon Quest characters, I think you'll feel right at home here. There's a nice variety of stages too. They don't all have that same square kind of format either. This one on the back has like a heart shape. So I really like Fortune Street. It's a great multiplayer game. This is the best way to play Rodea the Sky Soldier, a game that has been forgotten by time, but was very interesting for its time. I think there was a craving for this kind of Knights style game, and there was a Knights game on Wii, but this was made by the creators of Knights. I can't remember the guy's name at this point, but this was a big deal back in like 2016. It had like a triple release, 3DS, Wii, Wii U, and the Wii version came bundled with the Wii U. I actually just sold the Wii U version back just so I could get this version. And, oh, it's Yuji Naka, classic. His legacy has not been known for this lately, but I do think that this is a really novel game, and I did dabble in it for a couple hours, but I never quite got good at it. So I do want to go back and really finish it and give it its fair shot. I think it's worth trying. Yeah, we got the holographic edition, Geometry Wars Galaxies. This is a game that was popularized on the Xbox, and you can play it on Xbox, and that's a fine way to play it, but you're really getting the arcade version that way. In this one, you get this kind of like RPG one, where you can level up all the different shooters on your little blaster spaceship thing. You get little buddies that follow you, and they do different kinds of shots. So there's like a spread shot, there's, I think it's like a homing shot, and yeah, it's just a really addicting game. You do get the arcade version bundled like with it inside the game, but I think that Galaxies is a really great way to play. Set a course to more than 60 planets with new and classic gameplay modes to master. So I think that this is really novel for the system. Has the classic controller support. Pretty cool. We're halfway there. Sheerin The Wanderer. I am so bad at these games, but I just respect that one of these came out on the Wii, and my god, beautiful, beautiful box art. I love this. Sheerin The Wanderer, no subtitle needed. When you see Atlas, you know you're in for a good time. This game is brutal. I did get a decent ways in it, and then it got too tough for me, and I think what happened with Mystery Dungeons, like this one saves your progress per chapter, so you don't have to restart the whole game, which is a nice amenity for a Sheerin game. Most of them make you do that, but this one gives you that benefit of chapter saves. But the problem was that I had my chapter save, and I just was not grinded up enough for that chapter, so I think I would have to just go replay the whole game at this point. I do want to. I always like these games for things like the music and the art style. I think this is the same music guys as Dragon Quest. So I do think playing this on console is a great way to go about it. They have like Super Nintendo versions. They have a Switch version. They have a 3DS, or not 3DS. They have a DS version. But this way is pretty cool. I always like Atlas games. I just wish with this one that it was a little bit more accessible. But I think that's part of the charm. So one day, Sheerin, one day I'll beat one of yours. This is the most affordable way to play Twilight Princess, and I respect that it came out on the Wii. Obviously, I'd rather be playing on the GameCube, but that version has always been a constant $100 that I have never been wanting to drop to get it again. So I've always settled with this Wii version, but the Wii version has its perks. I think like using the nunchucks and the Wiimote to aim the bow is pretty cool, and it's not the biggest ordeal. To be honest, I would rather be doing that than playing with the gamepad for the Wii U version, which I have not tried. I can't tell you how that functions or does not function, but this one functions well enough, and it was an interesting tech piece for this time. Skyward Sword is obviously very playable on the Wii, and as is Twilight Princess. I think it might even be more so, because Skyward Sword really relies on some motion. I'm thinking even for swimming mechanics. I can't remember anything like that for Twilight Princess. So I appreciate playing the Wii version on my Wii U that way. Lastly, we have Sin and Punishment, Star Successor, the second and last title in the Sin and Punishment series. And it is a great rail shooter. This one, it's a rail shooter with a sword and just really over the top levels. And I just respect the hell out of it. You know, it's so much fun. You can play with 2 people. It's really hard. It's a very challenging game. I know that seems to be the theme here. Wii games, you would think they're easy, but yeah, no, it really demands a lot out of you, the player. And I think it's just really engaging. It's really fun. The first game is a classic to me for the N64. This one is like that expanded. In some respects, this might be even better than the first game. So there you have it. Why hold on to your Wii U to play games from the former generation? The Wii.